Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Now, by 1995, Selena would actually open up a couple boutiques and clothing stores around Texas. Abraham would quickly suggest that since Yolanda Salvador had done so well with the fan club, that he would suggest that Yolanda manage the stores that Selena had been opening up. And business would be doing fairly well, and it said that Selena would gross around $5 million from these two boutiques. And she would start working on trying to build a particular store in Mexico. And at the time, it was Selena's family's idea and plan that they would also make Yolanda a manager of this particular store. But they would quickly start running into problems very early on into this business venture. It would all begin on one afternoon when an employee from one of the boutiques would actually have a problem with one account says it was for money, and then there was another account saying that one of the stores had ran low on zippers. But regardless, they would contact Yolanda and ask about this, and Yolanda would tell this particular employee to come to her house. And it's around there when this employee would walk in that they would notice that Yolanda had put news clippings and pictures of Selena all throughout her house. This would make the employee very uncomfortable, to where the employee would quickly contact Abraham and would warn him that Yolanda might be someone very dangerous to being around Selena, fearing for her safety. Abraham would quickly tell Selena about this situation and would warn Selena to be very careful around Yolanda. But Selena would quickly dismiss this, as her father Abraham had a habit of not trusting people. Dismissing these claims would be something that would have very grave consequences. And Abraham would not stop hearing about problems regarding Yolanda Salvador, as family members and more employees would come to him about problems they would have with her regarding the boutique. And they would claim that Yolanda would have a very different way of managing these businesses than most managers. And would say that a lot of times, if Yolanda didn't like a certain employee, she would just fire them on the spot. And if she didn't even like certain customers in the store, she would actually kick them out of the stores. Kind of making this whole environment that whatever Yolanda said went. And she would put a lot of damage on businesses just by how she treated not only employees, but even customers. But this would not be the only problem that Abraham would hear about. It's around some point after these problems started arising that a particular fan from the Selena fan club would contact Abraham. And this particular fan would express to Abraham that this person had subscribed to the fan club, but under one of the deals of the fan club had not received any of the gifts that he had paid for, or she. Abraham would do some quick diving and quickly realize that there was money missing from not only the boutiques but the fan club, and would be missing around $30,000. They would do more investigation before contacting Yolanda and find out that Yolanda had been forging checks in her sister's name through this money through the business, and had actually been stealing money from Selena, around $30,000. She would even take the money she stole from Selena to buy Selena a ring that she would wear on her hand. Abraham would have a quick meeting with not only Yolanda, but Selena and his other daughter Suzette would be present. And Abraham would confront about the missing money, to which Yolanda would sprout around lies and quickly blame it on the fan club and other false allegations. She would quickly say they're just trying to get free stuff from Selena. But Abraham would quickly ask, well, if that's the case, why are we missing $30,000? He inevitably would tell Yolanda that if she didn't find proof that she had not stole the $30,000, that cops would be called. And he would quickly tell Yolanda that not only was she fired, but she was not allowed to have any type of communication with Selena whatsoever. Selena would agree that Yolanda should have been terminated from the businesses, but she still wanted to make Yolanda a manager in the Mexico store. Mainly because she had all the information of their bank information and personal information that she didn't want known public. And for the fact that Yolanda was actually helping them for their tax preparations. It's speculated by Abraham after this altercation, because the family was demanding that Yolanda show proof that she did not forge this money or embezzle this money, that Yolanda would be very irate and mad and would actually go to a firearms store to purchase a 9mm pistol. Abraham would claim that Yolanda would first make an attempt on Selena's life and would ask her to meet in a park that would be roughly about 25 minutes out of Corpus Christi, where they lived at. It said that Selena would come with Chris Perez and they would meet in this park, and Yolanda would begin talking to them and would actually show Selena the pistol, to which would upset Selena and would tell her to get rid of the pistol, as Yolanda would claim that she was doing it to protect herself. Selena would promise Yolanda that they were still friends and that she would try to protect her from her father Abraham, as Yolanda was actually terrified of Abraham. And it said after this conversation they would go their separate ways and Yolanda would actually get rid of the 9mm. But a few days after the fact, it said that the family would begin pressing Yolanda about the documents that would show that she did not embezzle the money. So Yolanda would go back to a firearms store again. This time around, she would actually purchase a .38 Colt Taurus and would contact Selena while she was over in Tennessee working on a music video and would try to organize a meeting there. But Selena would say that she was actually busy and would ask if they could meet another time. On the night of March 31st, 1995, Yolanda would contact Selena again, and Abraham would say that this would be Yolanda's third attempt to unalive Selena. Yolanda would tell Selena that she had been in Mexico doing work on the store that was about to be opened up. And the hotel that she was at, she was not only assaulted, but was also SA'd. And would ask Selena if she didn't mind if she would go with her to actually get a test done at the hospital, to which Selena would do this very thing. Now, the nurses and the doctors would do a test kit to check and see if Yolanda had been attacked, and they would find no markings or no proof that she had been assaulted. Considering the fact that she had been delaying showing information about the bank statements of embezzling money and lying about being raped, it is about this time that Selena had basically had enough. And it's around this time that Selena had enough. The lying from the embezzling, the lying about the grape, she had had enough. And by the time they went to the Days Inn motel, Selena would quickly be demanding Yolanda that she show her the bank information about the lost money. Now, there really is no way to decide what was said inside this motel room, as the only people there was Selena and Yolanda. And Yolanda, being a pathological liar and can't be trusted, what she said you can't take at face value. But it is my opinion that Selena had not only completely fired her, but ended their friendship. And as Selena would be walking out the door to leave, it is around this time that Yolanda would pick up her firearm and fire it in the back of Selena as she would scream one word, bitch.